Welcome back to the N.y.a show. Yo, welcome back to the N.y.a show for another week. N.y.a show 105. I appreciate everybody that took the time to watch the last show because, of course, we all need the love and support as we, everybody on this YouTube journey. I hope everybody's week went well. Mine went well over here on my end here in Georgia. Tornado came through one time this week, so whoa, had me show up just a little bit, but we was able, my family and many other families were able to manage. And, of course, we're hoping the best and that everybody's all right in different areas of Georgia that did get actually hit with a tornado. I know that you guys saw video. If you were down here, anybody, my Georgia watches, y'all seen the videos as well of those different tornadoes. So I just wanted to speak on that. I want to go ahead and go into this first topic here. Let me get this video. Let me get the video sound going, and let's talk about it in just a second.
Scores of people were killed on Sunday when a plane crashed in Nepal. The Yeti Airlines domestic flight was carrying 72 people from the capital, Kathmandu, when it went down in Pokhara in clear weather, according to officials from Nepal's Civil Aviation Authority. Footage shows rescuers scouring the wreckage and scorched earth around the site. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal at Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport said it was a tragic incident and that he'd be calling an emergency cabinet meeting with an ongoing investigation into the cause. A Yeti Airlines spokesman confirmed those aboard the twin-engine ATR-72 aircraft included 2 infants and 4 crew members. It was also carrying international passengers, including 5 Indians, 4 Russians, 1 Irish, 2 South Koreans, 1 Australian, 1 French, and 1 Argentine national. Deadly air incidents are common in Nepal, which has small airports in mountainous terrain, where weather conditions can change quickly. And the European Union has banned Nepali Airlines from its airspace since 2013, citing safety concerns. The Sunday crash is Nepal's worst since 1992, the Aviation Safety Network database showed, when a Pakistan International Airlines Airbus A300 crashed into a hillside upon approach to Kathmandu, killing all 167 people on board.
So y'all, that's crazy. I want to say RIP to everybody that lost their life on this plane. I must also note from reading the actual story that people, if 68 people died, there were 74 people on there, and those last couple were able to be rescued, and of course, going to be on their way to the hospital. But it's crazy how these people were still able to be in the air even after they've been banned from different airspace. But y'all got to also realize we living in different circumstances. So I can say here, why would you still get on the airplane from some niggas that's banned from even flying in certain airspaces? Like, y'all been known to not have safe planes. Like, people die in y'all, plane, due to technicalities with y'all plane. But I can't really speak for those people living a whole nother lifestyle and what makes them take these risks, jobs, family. People don't always like to stay in one place. I can't necessarily, give or take. I just say RIP to everybody that was on that plane that was just trying to get wherever they was getting. I was just on a plane recently myself, y'all, and I swear I was like, yo, don't let this be the time, because always the times when you just want to go run and do some simple fun. And so, woo, woo, woo. So even on the trip, on the way there, so I get that feeling of not knowing 100% if I'm going to come back from this situation. So RIP to everybody who lost their life in this situation. And I want to add that I want to show you where it is on the map, because many people probably don't even know what Nepal is at. Nepal is right here above India, in between China. So RIP to everybody that lost their life just a day ago in this plane crash. Now, I want to talk about the young boy. Let's see, yeah. I want to talk about the young boy. So the young boy, they got the Big Sean cosign on his clothing line as well. He got this clothing line, and I got his Instagram suit. 13-year-old boy, black designer clothing line to be featured in New York Fashion Week next month. So next month, his brother clothes is going to be featured in a New York Fashion Week, and he's a young man that got his opportunity because he was involved in the Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club because they launched in Michigan this initiative to create fashion art entrepreneurs out of these young kids. And this young man was able to come up with a clothing line that he got hats, hoodies, face masks, t-shirts, And currently, if you go to his Instagram now, while the getting is good, you can get a hoodie or whatever item that you buy is going to also get you a free T-shirt. So I think that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's about his work is about to be on Fashion Week in just a couple more weeks. So shout out to this young man. I want to make sure that I say his name again, Langston Howard. Langston Howard. This young man is shining. His work will be featured in Fashion Week next month. And I want to also show y'all Big Sean pulled up to the young boy. Here goes some of his clothing. Y'all can't tell me like if you can see. Yeah, let me see. Can I zoom in some more? And they got positive messages on his clothing. Got positive messaging on it, like push yourself higher and harder until you reach the top. How can you be mad at that? So shout out to the young man. Y'all go and check out this story. The top dot LLC is his Instagram. The top dot LLC is his Instagram. This is where his, like he said, his experience has been outstanding. He has enjoyed meeting other teen fashion designer and also received inspiration from the directors of the program. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club for creating this opportunity. And let's be sure to look out for his stuff and go to his Instagram. I mentioned it here so that you can check this young man out. Now, let's move over into, of course, one of my favorite places to talk about and bring attention to, which is Haiti. And currently, at this time, there are no more representatives right now. Haiti has now no elected officials as political crisis deepens. So, as you do know, last year the president of Haiti was assassinated and they were already not holding elections. He already didn't hold the elections and let the people that were in place expire, their position expire, and left himself in decree as the leader itself. That's a whole nother story that, of course, I've talked about before. But on Tuesday, the political situation reached an unusual and problematic phase when the country's last 10 remaining senators left office as their terms expired, with no voters have been held to replace them or to fill the country's elected positions. Haiti now officially has no elected officials in the entire country. This development adds to the political crisis that's been going on in the country for years. I must also remind you guys that political violence, that right now, different gangs are taking over since the July 2021 assassination of Jovenel Moise by the team of merchants that applied to kill him that was uncovered. And by now, the authorities have arrested all these guys, but still no updates on what's going on the assassination of the president over there in Haiti. Right now, Haiti could use some external interference as far as, yo, we got to come crack down on whatever's going on here. Let's get some less going. But of course, they're pushing back, saying we don't want y'all to come butt y'all head in what we got going on. We kind of just want to go about this ourselves. Because of course, over the century, over the Haiti hasn't always got the best end of the stick ever since they got their independence from France in 1804 in the slave revolt. So ever since then, Haiti has been getting hit with hurricanes, just terrible bad events. Had to pay France back for getting themselves out of slavery. They had to then repay them because y'all decided to get free, which also left them in financial turmoil. For decades. This is real. I did now the United States. All these other people who once had a hand in there don't want to put their hand in there now. But they need real live help over there because it's getting to the point where public health is down the drain, malnutrition of children, and large refugees coming because they're fleeing. We need resources. We need things to go right. And when you're dealing with just natural disasters at all, Haiti has never really got enough help to recover from natural disasters that have happened to it, if we're going to be truly honest. And as we a happy birthday to Martin Luther King Jr. As we do go into another year celebrating Martin Luther King Jr., I just wanted to talk about this article that says that his "I Have a Dream" speech, which everybody quotes, and maybe the only thing that they truly even know of the man, is his most radical speech, they say, because not what he said then, because of how America has changed since. And it's good to read this and say how he's been misquoted and they have to dissect and misquoted information from the famous speech. But you got to also remember that throughout the "I Have a Dream" speech, his vision of integration was not this, hey, I'm sitting at the table, I could come into your restaurant and sit at the same table as you and eat. But what about the other part of when I come in there, I don't even have the money to get anything there. Where's the financial and economic equality so that maybe I don't even have to. Maybe if I'm just in the mood and I feel like stopping in your shop, but I can go to my brother's shop or I can have my own shop. Why can't we have that America? Isn't his words are also often conflicted to be this whole we hold hands and little black boys and little black girls. That's one part of the speech, but you got to realize that the majority of this speech was talking about how you have to transform this country, integrate it in all fields of power. So if right now, what was it? For example, the Golden Globes just went off. The Golden Globes just went off, and they said something about there hadn't been a black member on the board since its creation or something like that. But black people have won awards there, and other races people have won awards there too. But there's no representation outside of white. You know what I'm saying? There's been no representation outside of white. So the decisions and the votes of who getting the movies and the perspectives and different backgrounds is always just coming from one culture. And that's not truly what it should be about. If we're talking about awarding different cultures for their different accomplishments in all these different fields of entertainment, film, anything. It could be anything. It's unequal in the matter of how many people, how many heads are at the table. It's too often that the banks and all these banks got too many of this type of people. They got all the money and all the funds there, and then over on this side, there's no actual funds. But there's no balancing out ever since slavery. There's been no balancing out of the funds if you want to be real. But that's just one thing I want to stick on. I'm not going to go all the way through this article. I do want everybody to enjoy and look up on Martin Luther King Jr. themselves tomorrow. And I got maybe like one link I may post as well. One of my favorite speeches of Martin Luther King Jr. as he was reaching the end of his life, and even the speech he gave the day before he was assassinated still rings off to the fact of until y'all give us a true piece of the pie, a lot of what y'all took in, and we ain't got a piece of it. That's when we can truly be integrated in this idea of what I meant of integration. Not so much of sitting at your table, but why can't I be able to get all the supplies, tools, and resources needed to build my table the same as that way that you got your table? Why do I even have to battle for a table? It's the N.y.a show. I appreciate y'all. Be sure to check out the links in my show, like, share everything to the show. I appreciate y'all on TikTok, the N.y.a show. Once again, I appreciate everybody. I'll see y'all next week. N.y.a show 105.